Hello again, this is Margie here, and I'm really excited to introduce you to Alex. I'm lucky enough to be working in the same clinic as Alex. He is the owner of this clinic, Holistic Healing Centre in Mona Vale. So Alex is the chiropractor here, but he's more than just a chiropractor. So I'm going to ask him a few questions so you can see the kind of work that he does. Alex, what took you into this fabulous career of yours, successful in chiropractic?
It was basically the love of quality of life, so giving patients the power to choose quality instead of just masking warning signs or just surviving a kind of health crisis. And I felt like medicine wasn't giving me the tools to help patients to actually make better choices in life so they can actually not just live longer but also get a lot more out of their life too. So more quality of life, really.
As you know, my mission with my clients is to empower them to take charge of their health naturally. So how does this fit in with chiropractic?
Well, the principle of chiropractic is basically better health naturally, so drug-free and preferably surgery-free. So diet is a big part of it, as well as also quality movement. So our sedentary lifestyles these days are causing a lot of problems, from high blood pressure to as well as obviously joint arthritis, and that itself, lack of movement, doesn't stimulate the organs. So then consequently we have epidemics of obesity, high blood pressure, hormone imbalances. So this just goes on and on and on.
Alex, what is your feeling about the use of painkillers as widely as are being used today?
Well, painkillers is a good way to mask the warning signs. So if, just to give an example, if somebody is taking taking painkillers for headaches, the cause of that headache can be a number of things. It can be obviously just the stress. It can also be jaw imbalances or dental problems, which often go hand in hand. It can be neck stiffness, which itself can be because of poor digestion, or it can be poor posture, or it also can be indigestion too, which a lot of times causes, again, poor posture as well as also poor breathing patterns. So all that can cause muscle stiffness, which over time, if people take painkillers, can actually lead to arthritis. Also, a headache can be a warning sign for cancers and tumors, things like that too. So if somebody's masking the pain by taking painkillers, they're basically just ignoring what's actually causing the pain, and they're just asking for trouble later on in life.
Alex, how important is diet relating to the work you do in chiropractic?
Diet is a big part of our health, because basically that's the way our body repairs itself. That's the ingredients it uses. So that's just why they say you are what you eat. Diet also kind of tells, it's not just physically nurturing, but it also nurtures your soul too. So which is why, if you give say sugary or refined carbohydrates to kids, you can see the effects immediately. They become hyperactive and very badly behaved too. So often by just making a simple change in their diet, we see dramatic change overnight, as well as also kind of constant poor diet choices can lead to allergies as well.
Do you have any particular views about organic versus inorganic produce?
Yes, just not comparison. So the allergy that I was talking about earlier, a lot of actually allergic problems now that we've seen is two things really. One is overuse of antibiotics, so we're actually affecting the balance of the good bacteria in the body, in the gut, and also the overuse of pesticides, which in organic food, quite a few main ingredients that we actually use in processed foods are genetically modified too, which means that they can actually withstand more pesticides and herbicides too, which means that inorganic food has a lot more herbicides and pesticides in it than it used to, because it's now genetically modified to be able to resist those. So which means that it's actually now getting transferred to the gut lining of the cattle, for example. So it's actually affecting the dairies, as well as also the dairy produce, and also the meat that we eat as well too. And naturally, same thing goes for fruits and herbs that we use too. So the organic versions don't have those herbicides and pesticides. So our gut doesn't get exposed to those things, which research shows that leads to leaky gut, irritable bowel syndromes, which that itself means that when the gut lining is weak, it's letting a lot more ingredients in that aren't digested into the bloodstream, so then leads to allergies because those ingredients aren't supposed to be in the bloodstream.
I'm particularly aware of obesity at the moment as it impacts in Australia, becoming almost epidemic. How does this impact in your work?
Obesity has different factors, obviously. It has lifestyle choices factors, so somebody who's very sedentary and they don't have any exercise in their life, they're not burning off, as well as also they possibly are working in a very high stress environment too, so they're sitting still and giving themselves a lot of comfort foods. So that slowly over time changes the psychology. And also it changes kind of, you could say, self-image too, so then again that influences their self-confidence and also the success in life as well. Not just a physical appearance, it actually makes a huge impact on their lifestyle, as well as also naturally their health too, in terms of high blood pressure, in terms of diabetes and arthritis.
As my last question, as a chiropractor, what 3 tools would you advise clients to put in their toolbox for life relating to their skeletal bodies?
Good, healthy seasonal foods, regular kind of exercise, even if it's just a walk, but 2 or 3 times a week, preferably outside, because exposure actually to the seasonal changes outside shows that we actually put on good fat, which is kind of brown fat as opposed to white fat, as well as paying attention to the spiritual side, the purpose in life as well too. So that those 3 being aligned is the key, really.
Alex, it was great. Thank you so much for coming into your clinic today on a Sunday when you should be off, so you could share your views with our listeners. I really appreciate it.
I couldn't think of anything better to do on Sunday.
Thank you so much, Alex. And I'll see you next week.
See you next week.
If you want to listen to the next interview, just subscribe to the video channel. Alex's details will be on the website. If you have a question, I'm sure he'll be happy to answer. Have a fabulous day.